What's Engoodening? I'm looking this word up. Engoodening. Engoodening. Hi YouTube, it's your goddess of hope, Rainbow Sparkles here with another reaction video for the internet historian. I am looking forward to this one. Chat's been really excited about this one, saying that it was some of their favorites or one of their favorites from internet historian. So I am really excited to see where this takes us. I have actually never had the pleasure of playing No Man's Sky, so this is my introduction to it. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to. Please, please, please. It would mean a lot to your goddess. I am a small channel trying to fight the algorithm gods, even though I am a goddess, so I cannot fight them without you. But without further ado, let's get started.
Sponsored by that game everyone loves. Scientists are racing.
I'm assuming the introduction always has like a warning about satire. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hold on. I am spamming that button backwards. This video meets the criteria of legal fair use and those of YouTube guidelines. No citation hearing constitutes infringement of the digital Millennium Copyright Act. The following is satire. All images in the video have been sourced from public record and special care. Has been taken to censor names, faces, specific locations. Yep, this seems to be something that he does at the beginning of this video, which is cool. Names of individuals mentioned meet the criteria of public figures. Okay. And then the last one, the following is not endorsement or condoning of harassment towards individuals featured in this video. Please behave yourselves. Okay, yeah.
Scientists are racing to unlock the secrets of the cosmos. Questions we once thought impossible to answer are within our grasp. Where does the sun go at night? Is math related to science?
My mom smokes math.
If the universe is so big, then why won't it fight me? As we look further into the universe, we see light from distant stars, eons old, perhaps hundreds, even thousands of miles away. Hold on, can I get a zoom in on that?
You bet I can. This is one of the world's most powerful telescopes. Initiating 6 times zoom.
Can this baby do 7?
I can do you one better. Maneuvering to 8 times zoom.
Pressure rising, holding steady. I can see it. Unblur.
It won't hold.
Get me 8.5 times.
You're a madman.
Upscale it to 4K.
The helium tanks will go critical.
Opening the blinds. Hold her steady. Uncropping and increasing aspect ratio.
What?
Now, punch it. There it is. Life on another world.
Whoa.
And to think, we
What?
owe it all to one indie development studio.
Look at that bug. That's so
Hello
funny.
Games.
Hello, games. Hello, games. Hello, games. Hello, hello.
Let's start at the beginning. Yeah, it's rewind time. Okay, the year is 2009. Guildford, England. There's a man named Sean Murray, and he's just founded a company called Hello Games. Sean and the boys are working hard on a brand new IP called Joe Danger. 2010 AD. The game just came out. It's a success.
Whoa,
They're a
very
small
cool.
team, but they are ambitious. Let's do something bigger, said Sean. Let's reach for the stars.
Yeah, stars, space.
How about Joe Danger 2? Brilliant. It's 2012. Joe Danger 2 has just come out. But that one doesn't perform as well. We need to do something even bigger than Joe Danger 2. Joe Danger 3? No. Even more out of this world.
He's hinting at it.
No man has done
Done
before.
Yeah, it's funny. No Man's Land. Okay.
Joe Danger the mobile game? Yes! And that came out in
Wait.
2014.
Oh, that's not...
Seriously, guys.
Okay.
Biggest thing you can think. I'm just a stock image, dude. Why don't you think of something? Sean pondered for a moment, then turned and looked wistfully into the mirror.
Oh.
Reflected back was the visage of Neil deGrasse Tyson.
If you're going to make a space game first person, it's never been done before. How about that? I'm going up in orbit to repair the Hubble telescope. That's not a knife. Who are you going to have sex with? How much microwaves are coursing through your body now?
What?
The planet, said Murray. Space game. Procedural generation. Planet. Okay, that sounds good. Yes, we all agree. So they set to work, cobbled together a prototype, and by VGX 2013, they are ready to announce another new IP. No Man's Sky.
I remember
It's
the excitement.
2014, and it's
Yeah.
E3 hype time.
I remember there
No
were a lot
Man's
of
Sky has
excitement.
promised to be a game like no other. A practically boundless experience vibrant with life and color and things to explore. What's over there? You'll have to be the one to discover it. And then, wow, look at that big f***ing dinosaur, holy shit. And a moment later, we're in space having a battle amongst a giant fleet. Claim a planet as your own. Explore the galaxy with your friends. Okay, that's it. This is going to be the best game ever, you guys. It even won awards for its hype. And it will release in June 2016.
Okay.
The hype train was officially loading up and ready to chug
Hype
out
train,
of the station.
choo-choo,
At every
choo-choo.
stop of the journey, there would be press junkets talking about the amazing scale of the game. Spread across 18 quintillion planets. It's so vast that by the time you finish exploring it all, I would have 2 new videos published.
What?
Sean himself was doing the interviews. Because who is better to talk about the game than the lead guy himself? He went from interview to interview, and with each question, the answers he gave raised people's expectations of the game's scope.
Can you land on a comet?
Yeah, at the moment you can land on asteroids.
You could encounter other players.
Can you grief other players?
A little bit.
They're literally building your own massively multiplayer world that's procedurally generated.
Sand planets like in June, rivers, walking
I will say that hesitating laugh, it sounded like a nervous laughter, which could signify that. See, the thing is I don't know where this is going to go, but a part of me is worried that it's going to go in a bad direction. But if you're developing a game, maybe they were trying to get it to that point and they couldn't. I have no clue. It's just that kind of laughter just seemed kind of like a yeah, I can't really, it just didn't seem
Can you
good.
grief other players?
A little bit.
They're literally building your own massively multiplayer world that's procedurally generated.
sand planets like in June, rivers, walking sentinels, hacking. So sophisticated that light diffracts through the atoms, they had to redevelop the whole periodic table to make it work.
What?
Even Elon Musk was hyped for it.
Wow. Okay. I didn't even know that.
2 years go by. It's early 2016, and that hype train is really moving now. Perhaps one of the biggest in video game history. Reddit was shoveling most of the gamer fuel. Skeptics and naysayers are treated as ballast and thrown from the carriage doors.
Oh,
Pre-orders open, and they are doing very well. The date is booked in. Some are even taking the day off work. So much hype there is that... Uh-oh. Jason Schreier of the soon-to-be-defunct Kotaku is about to spoil the party. He announces a delay. From June 2016 to August.
okay. Delays are kind of normal.
Liar, the incensed audience cries. Please be quiet, they said. And
What?
death threats too. But he was 100% right. A week later, the delay is officially announced. Ooh, sorry lads, we need more polish, said Sean in his usual accent. To that, Sean received some death threats too, by the way, although he didn't take them as seriously or go to the police. Yet.
What?
Sometimes foreshadowing is relatively obvious.
But the impatient crowd relaxed a bit and said, fine, we will wait. But we expect a level of polish no man has ever seen. Speaking of waiting,
Uh-oh.
Shadow Man here. Have you heard of Raidy Shady? My wife died in a
Raidy
plane crash. Hey,
Shady.
let's get serious for a moment. Raid isn't just a game with 15 million downloads in the last 6 months. It's a lifestyle. Think differently. Play Raid differently.
Oh my god.
Achieve your dreams. I'm sorry, sir. You've contracted raids. That's good. Congratulations. It's Gorgora
wild.
of the Undead Horde. My life for this. You've just collected one of over 4.
I've seen a lot of Raid Shadow Legend ads because, it's a huge, it's one of the bigger sponsors that you can get as a YouTuber, because they pay you decent versus Twitch, apparently, based on people that I've talked to. Allegedly, they give you more for YouTube versus, I feel like, Twitch, because you have to have like a certain viewership on Twitch versus YouTube. It's based on like a few factors that I feel like are easier and more achievable than Twitch is, from what I can remember. Allegedly, I'm saying allegedly because I don't know what it's like now. This is like a couple years ago when I talked to people about it that had been sponsored by Raid. So, but this is very entertaining to me.
100 champions. Why, hello there. Have you heard about the online RPG PvP? It's extremely well reviewed on the Play Store. Oh, you remind me of my wife.
Oh.
Raid is more than just a game. It's a reassuring pat on the back from your dad. It's a warm bowl of soup on a cold night.
Wow.
It's one last dance at your wife's funeral. If you haven't played in the arena yet, I'm gonna break into your house. You're all getting Raid for Christmas, kids. Yay! And if you download now, kids, using the link in the description below, you can get an extra 50k silver and an epic champion. Wow!
Oh my god!
Best dad ever. Wait, Mum's dead?
What?
Raid Shadow Legends.
Oh no!
So let's talk about the team in charge of all that polishing. It's small, tiny. In fact, I haven't been able to find a smaller team behind a AAA release. All of these expectations are on the shoulders of just 6 people, expanding to a team of 15 by the end of production.
Oh god!
July. It's just a couple of weeks until the release date. Whatever the state of the game by now, however much it's finished, that's what's going out. The Hello Games team celebrates with this iconic image.
Okay.
They're exhausted. Look at what video game production does to a man.
God, what's wrong with your face?
Nonetheless, they continue,
Ooh.
working on the day 1 patch. And, Sean, if your game isn't coming out for another 2 weeks, then why is there a box copy on eBay? That's right, it's a leak. Someone broke the embargo and is selling early access to the highest bidder. And the bids start rolling in. It reaches $1,300 US, sold to some guy with the Reddit handle Damien. He gets his hands on it and starts uploading footage to YouTube and Dailymotion.
Holy crap.
What the frick? Said Sean and Sony. Damien finished it a lot quicker than expected, but he gave it a decent review.
There are things I don't like, there are things I like, but at the end of the day, when I say to myself, what is this game supposed to be? This, what I'm looking at right here, this is what the game is supposed to be.
He noted a few problems, but said he was optimistic that they would be ironed out with the day 1 patch. Sean? It's another leak. Some retailers broke the official release date, journalists too, and they started streaming playthroughs of the game. What the Sony tried to DMCA all these videos, but their aim was terrible.
Round of applause, everyone. We've officially become No Man's censored by Sony.
Our news story from earlier this week about No Man's Sky leaks has been hit with a copyright strike on YouTube.
They went bumbling around from platform to platform, just taking down any video that even talked about the leak or showed the trailer footage. But it was too late. The footage had people talking more skeptically about the game, especially because there were no early review copies. And it was looking like the weight of all these expectations had become too much, and the whole thing was about to give. Oh no. It's August. Everyone's here. We've all bought the game and we're fucking hyped. Here we go, lads. Oh dear lord, it isn't finished. Hello, Sean. It is me, the auditor of games. I used to work at an astronomy lab. Don't worry about that. It seems like you've made a lot of promises. Promises that you have not kept. Let's go through the checklist. Have you got any large-scale joinable space battles?
Nobody would want that.
Ringed planets?
No. No.
Fine. Well, at least let me play as a trader.
Some may call this junk. Me, I call them...
No.
Those sand planets from June look nice. Think I might... Please, Sean, there must be rivers.
No, it's not.
Animals interact with each other in the environment?
No.
Packs of walking sentinels, Sean.
No.
I'm literally crying right now. Should I even ask whether I can play as a space pirate?
No.
Factions with different attributes.
You picked the wrong house, fool! Oh!
Fly between star systems manually.
But nobody's actually done it yet.
If I can maneuver like in the trailer, I'll still be happy.
No.
Well, day-night cycles determined by the orbit of the sun.
Yeah.
Really?
This is why you you set the expectation low, but like, you know what I mean? Like you kind of like set that bar low, but then you over deliver and then you like make everybody super excited and happy and then it explodes. Like that's why you never like do a bunch of promises you can't keep just to get like people in and give you all this money and stuff. And then you just fail this hard. You know what I mean? Oof. I'm curious to see how like it pans out though. Once again, this video is probably a few years old, right? 6 years old. So a lot can happen in 6 years, but one of the things is I never want to do, I always, because I've developed a demo for a game and we were going to release a Kickstarter, but then I went through some life stuff. And when I was prepping the Kickstarter in my head, one of the things is I never wanted to over deliver the rewards for supporting the funding of my video game called Rainbow Heart of Chroma. It is a visual novel that tells Rainbow's story, but in a very unique way where you don't even have to know me as the VTuber Rainbow Sparkles to enjoy it, because it has stories from new and different perspectives and everything else in it. It's a wonderful game demo that you can play on Itch.io for free. And part of the Kickstarter is, what are you going to reward people for doing this? And I'm thinking to myself, what can I possibly do in the moment, in my circumstances right now? What can I promise right now? I never wanted to ever say, I'm going to give you this thing in the future. I have to already have it. I have to assume that I already have it to give you it. So that's why it scares me when I hear companies that are like, we're going to do this and this and this, and then they can't do it because, there's so many things that can go wrong that you cannot always predict. And, it's just, it can get messy real fast. So.
With different attributes.
You picked the wrong house, fool! Oh!
Fly between star systems manually.
But nobody's actually done it yet.
If I can maneuver like in the trailer, I'll still be happy.
No.
Well, day-night cycles determined by the orbit of the sun.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
Land on an asteroid, radio chat, and name your ship, hacking, portals, all that stuff about the elements, Sean.
No.
This is not good, Sean. This is very not good.
No, it's not.
And ironically, the only bugs this game doesn't have are the butterflies in the demo.
Buried buildings, aggressive emojis, tractor beam malfunctions, animal husbandry, oil slick world, raining grass, retarded animals doing retarded things. Ship's interiors disappear, first person mode as a gun. That's not how flying works. That's my only means of transportation, leaving the planet. Take off. Really take off. Holes in the map. Holes in my graphics card. Whole lot of nothing from down here. Textures bugging out, animals bugging out. Animals breakdancing. Look at these busy hands. Hello there. And a couple of unrequested ejector seats.
Okay, that's a lot of stuff. I get the picture. No wait, poor graphics rendering. Some can't even start the game. Frame rate issues, constant crashes. Major publications are having trouble playing the game on their machines. Even the best 1080 Ti's are stuttering. Alt-tabbing? That's a guaranteed crash. Desktop notifications? That's a crash. Playing the game? That's a crash. Changing options in the game without restarting? You'll get this. And if you got the pre-order version with the bonus spaceship, you might have a problem. Your special ship already comes with a hyperdrive inside it. Great, right? No, because you have to craft it in order to finish the tutorial missions. And if you haven't finished the tutorial missions, you can't leave the star system. So whoops, until they patch it, you're stranded.
That's why I give my kids No Man's Sky.
Oh, this commercial. They really love using this commercial for editing. That's funny.
Ah, my ship's in bits! Okay, thank you.
Just a quick note about how high expectations were for this game, and just how many people bought it on release.
Oh, thank you. I know it's nothing like this because it's not the same programs, it's not any of this, but you know, from a visual novel aspect, it's so much different. Like it's such a different experience in the sense of like how you're putting it together. But, you know, I hired the entire team, you know, and made sure to like delegate it. It taught me so much. And I didn't realize how in over my head I was until I experienced it. But then once I went through that experience, I feel like I gained there's lessons that I was able to learn from developing that demo that I would have never learned in general if I never did it. So you can't put money on experience. And so even though it was a lot of money out of my pocket to get that demo out and I never did the Kickstarter, doesn't mean I never will. It's just that, you know, life happened. And, you know, unfortunately I am going through some stuff that halted everything. Would I love to see that game completed? Absolutely. But I also know that I don't want to be put in a position like this where I am trying to promise all these things if you support the game being fully developed and then the product is just not acceptable. So that's why I am just like, let's take my time with this. When I'm ready to put my time and energy back into this one day, I will. And, you know, I want to increase the staff because what I have right now is great for a demo, but to release a full game, you know, it was supposed to be 9 chapters and we have a prologue in chapter 1 done. So for me to have to, you know what I mean? Like for the rest of the game, I'm like, there is no way that I can do it at the pace that I have it. I need to hire more people. So it's just, there's just a lot that goes into it. A lot of little steps that sometimes as an indie developer, you don't even realize you have to do until you're in it. So a part of me to a degree can sympathize because people are not, when they go into this, their passion is to create a game. What hurts is the marketing side of it. So, and the deadlines and if you're producing a product that you're not going to meet those deadlines and it's just not, you know, up to par, there's just, it could be a mess. And that's why I'm so careful about what I do and how I do it and when I do it, because I don't want to I don't want to rush the process. And some of these companies don't have a choice because some of them work with whoever's backing them with specific deadlines. I had a deadline in the sense of I was going to release it on the day of my birthday. That was my deadline. We got it done, but it was like, it was a crunch and it was pretty painful, but it disciplined me in making sure it got done. And so now the demo is available, but it's easier for me to talk about my experience with this video than the other video. If you haven't watched it, it'll probably post before this one. And that's the reacting to the Fall of 76. This one, for some reason, I don't know what it is. It's bringing out that side to me to where I can talk about it. I was going to keep stuff like this to myself because a part of me felt bad that I couldn't deliver a full game, you know? But there's only so much that I can do given my circumstances. And I'm a, you know, I am a woman of my word. And if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. So that's why I never want to promise anything that I'm going to, you know, I never promised a full game. I did say that a Kickstarter would eventually be released, and that's still true, but I'm not going to rush that process, and I'm going to take my time with it. So, yeah, there's a lot here that's like tapping into that side. I don't know what it is. It's just, for some reason, I want to talk about it, and I don't have the greatest knowledge. You know, there's so many people that have been doing this for a long time that have developed games over and over and over that can give much better input than I can. But, you know, from somebody that's never done it before, I feel like it's, you know, important to share that if you have the drive to try something new, do it. You know, you never know. What you did was still very impressive. I love you, Cavi. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Cavi here actually got to play the demo, which is an honor, by the way, because that's my VTuber mama. So actually, YouTube has asked about you, mama. YouTube was like, is that one of Cavi's models? And I'm like, it sure freaking is. So YouTube, meet Cavalier. Mama Cavi, meet YouTube. They have. They have. Oh my god. Oh, I'm honored. I'm honored that they. It is a privilege to have you as my VTuber art mama. I'm just saying.
Expectations were for this game, and just how many people bought it on release, myself included. Over 750,000 purchases on Steam.
Wow, that's actually a lot.
Best-selling game on the PlayStation Store that month.
Wow.
And the large proportion of people who bought it in the hopes of playing with their friends, well, you're in for a surprise. This one is a literal game changer.
Is it even possible to meet up with your friends in No Man's Sky? The answer is absolutely yes, it's possible.
On multiple occasions, Sean said it was definitely in the game.
But there was that nervous laughter.
Be able to play with your friends.
Yeah. See that? No. I am not a, body analyst or whatever, but I can tell you right now, when you look away and you have like a squinted face, that is never a good sign. That's you doubting your own words at that point. Because maybe they wanted to, and he wasn't sure at the time, or maybe he already knew it wasn't going to happen, and he just kind of was like, "Oh, I don't like lying about that." I don't know. That there could be. That is never a good sign to squint your face like that.
Sean said it was definitely in the game.
Right there.
Will you
look right here? Ready?
Play with your friends. Yeah.
That squint they did. That's so bad.
Other people, other players on the game.
Yes. But then just before the release, Sean posted this cryptic tweet.
To be super clear, No Man's Sky is not a multiplayer game. Please don't go in looking for that experience.
Oh, what? So there's no multiplayer function.
Ooh, that's not
good. But then the next line contradicts that.
What?
Because the chances of two players ever crossing paths in a universe this big is pretty much zero.
What?
Oh, so it is multiplayer. You just have to overcome this finding each other hurdle.
So
what?
you're telling me there's a chance?
Oh my god, me in life.
Yeah! Right?
Me when I was making a game. So you're telling me there's a chance I could be successful? Listen, I was a little delulu, still am, but I still, I got big goals and dreams, okay?
No, it's more confusing than that.
What do you mean
the
it's
box
confusing?
Doesn't mention online play, just network features. And the
what?
collector's edition had its online play icon stickered over. So
What?
customers are going, which one is it, Sean? Just tell us if it has multiplayer
Yeah.
or it doesn't have multiplayer.
Yeah.
Sean wouldn't give any answers. But after hundreds of thousands of purchases, people soon took it upon themselves to find out. Despite the claims that it would be so improbable.
Chances that are incredibly rare, just because of the size and vulnerability.
On the very first day, two people noticed they were only 4 star systems from one another, and they met up on the same planet in a live stream. Oh dear.
A black pillow.
Our streams are exactly lined up. If you go look at my stream, we're looking at the exact same area right now. If you don't.
Oh no.
That's the same spot.
Oh
and they can't
no.
see each other.
I'm alone!
Oh no.
That settles it. It's not multiplayer because it's so big. It's not multiplayer because it's just not fucking multiplayer.
Yeah,
And
they.
this led to quite a revolt.
Oh my god.
What did Sean have to say about all this?
So amazing, 2 people found each other on the first day.
That has blown my mind.
What?
So why can't we see other players in game?
Wow, so many of you playing.
Yeah, Sean, but why?
Truly amazing.
Yeah.
Mind is blown.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. It's oh no.
So what's the game actually like then?
Oh.
Is it any good? That is a difficult thing to say.
Well, it certainly is stylish and pretty, and there are a lot of places to explore. But that doesn't mean there's much to find.
Okay, I didn't look to see if it said this. Is this a VR game? Okay, it is VR. Okay, it has that vibe to it with like the environments and stuff. I don't know how to explain it, but there's a certain feel and vibe that VR games can have. And this is one of them. I didn't realize it was VR. So yeah, that makes sense. sometimes VR graphics can make me a little bit sick. I don't know if anybody else gets that. It's almost like getting car sick, but in, you know, VR sickness. It doesn't always happen. There are certain times where it doesn't affect me. I used to play VR games all the time. Back when I used to have a headset. My ex has it, so I don't play VR games anymore. But I used to get, after a while, a sense of motion sickness because of how the environments are built. So I don't know if anybody else, YouTube, I don't know if anybody else has that issue too, but you know, feel free to comment if you do, but you know, chat if you guys have had that experience too. I'm sure it's kind of more common than not.
In fact, the game boils down to a very simple loop. Hold down the trigger to pick up resources, deal with a full inventory, get an upgrade, leave the planet, go to another planet. Hold down the trigger, deal with a full inventory, get an upgrade, leave the planet, go to another planet.
That
Hold down the trigger,
seems...
deal with a full inventory, leave the planet, go to another planet, deal with a full inventory, get an upgrade, leave the planet, go to another planet. That's it. $60, ladies and gentlemen.
Refuel your multi-tool, refuel your life support, refuel a separate part of your multi-tool that shoots bullets instead of the mining beam, refuel your launch thrusters. It's busy work that makes it look like you have something to do. It's not real.
How dare you?
What followed was one of the most dramatic crashes in player numbers in gaming history. Sales in the UK fell by 81% in the second week. Concurrent players on Steam dropped from 212,000 in August to just over 2,000 by September and fewer than 1,000 by October.
And what followed that was perhaps the biggest pile-on in gaming history.
Whoa.
Reviewers on YouTube panned the game.
Oh, for fuck's sake! You done fucked it up!
I had no hype, and I can tell you that, even without that disappointment, this game is hot garbage.
Has anyone coined Sean Mourinho yet?
Numerous times within the first 2
Wow.
hours of the game, I kept saying, this is it, fuck this shit.
Reviewers in the media were almost as harsh.
Devastating realization that most of the crafting, combat, and other activities you do on and between those planets ranges between bemusing and outright bad.
The criticism was deafening. And a lot of it really funny and creative. Krobycat made a video that captured the sentiment of that day, and if you haven't seen it yet, you're missing out.
So people are furious, the game is boring, and soon people discover that complaining about the game is actually more fun than playing it.
Wait, I'm now 3.5 hours into the tutorial.
So it became a meme.
So they started complaining
Yeah.
about it like they were grinding for an achievement.
This sucks. Fucking Minecraft in space.
Many people made compilations of all the unfulfilled promises. One guy on the subreddit compiled a big list of all the missing features. Front page. Got a defense for No Man's Sky? Enjoy your downvote. In fact, the entire No Man's Sky subreddit was in such disarray it had to be locked.
Wow.
So by the end of the month, Metacritic was like scrolling through a bowl of Cheerios. By October, it was one of the worst rated games on Steam, with an aggregate of mostly negative from more than 70,000 reviews. The outrage at the game was headline news for weeks on dozens of games news publications, and the price on eBay and Amazon and secondhand at GameStop was crashing through the floor. Please, no more. But the beatings had only just begun. The demo planet was data mined and found to be, of course, totally scripted and not randomly generated at all.
I've just got to pick one of these at random. If anything horrible goes wrong, just keep in mind that I've not been here before.
It wasn't some level that we built or something like that, even though I think it looks quite nice in places.
People watching this would wonder why you're showing this area again. Like, what's so special about demoing the game on this planet?
Oh, no, it's just a place that looks nice.
No. Bad Murray.
I could have ended the demo with some, you know, pre-scripted crazy thing that would happen. You know what I mean? The normal thing of like, and then a monster emerges from behind the mountains, you know?
People see what's going on with the game and feel lied to. This is false advertising, they say, and angry customers start scoping out a lawsuit.
Oh.
On September 28th, the ASA busts through the door and goes, "Yep, too many complaints. We're going to investigate." But then soon after, the ASA cleared them of any legal wrongdoing. Technically, the only thing they're interested in is what's on the back of the box, what's on the store page, and what's on the Steam page. So it's technically not false advertising. But of course, technically not illegal doesn't mean much to an angry audience.
Correct.
October 28th,
Correct.
Hello
Yeah.
Games Twitter is hacked. The hacker posts, "No Man's Sky was a mistake," and is shitting on the game in the replies. Turns out Sean didn't use two-factor authentication on his LinkedIn, and that's how they got in. They also sent discrediting emails to journalists, which they knew would rile people up if published. Some people even show up to their offices to take photos and knock on the door.
That's scary.
Even at night and on the weekend.
That is scary.
They posted empty pictures of the office, so, naturally out of context, this started rumors that Hello Games simply took the money and ran. This in addition to numerous bomb and death threats during that period. Those ones Sean did have to take seriously.
Regular intervention from police and
that's bad.
Yard and things like that.
And while Sony didn't quite throw them
I feel like the damage was already done simply by handling it the way that they did. But to go as far as to like put people's lives at risk, that is so scary. That is so scary because the internet did its job. It did what it did, you know, it was like, this was horrible. This was, you know, but to take it to this level of extremity has always been just, it's such a terrifying thing, you know. It's not just games; it's in general. If you have a angry enough group of people, they will do terrible things, and so this type of stuff really scares me. You know, people think to themselves, "Oh, it won't happen to me." You don't know that. That's why I'm very as I grow and learn and experience the things that I go through as a content creator, there's things that you have to start thinking about that are absolutely scary. Doesn't mean that I'm going to be paranoid about it. I'm still going to live my life the way, you know, that I can, because life is short. But it does get scary after a while, you know, hearing all of the horror stories as you grow. And for some, it, you know, some people stop doing what they're doing because they get so scared of it, you know. Stop as in stop being a content creator. Some of the things that happen to creators can stop people from pursuing their dreams and doing the things that they love because of consequences like this. Not saying consequences as, you know, this is, you know, but it's always possible. You piss off the right person. I say right person as in you find the right person to make upset. They will do everything in their power to make you miserable. It's scary.
And while Sony didn't quite throw them under the bus, it was more like a gentle push under a minivan when Sony president Shohei Yoshida admitted that Hello Games did not have a great PR strategy for No Man's Sky. The press took the ball with that one and ran. But despite all of this, all of the negative press, they were actually nominated for
Oh no.
all of this. All of the negative
He's with Mr. Howard here. Oh no. Okay.
Negative press. They were actually nominated for a couple of awards. But by this point, Murray and the other members of Hello Games were so downtrodden and so sure they weren't going to win that they opted to go elsewhere for dinner.
And the Innovation Award goes to No Man's Sky. Oh, bro. This lovely trophy going once.
Whoops.
I'm going to accept this on the behalf of Hello Games, and congratulations to them. And I'm going to walk off stage like I planned that whole thing.
By this point, you've got to feel just a little bit sorry for
Oh, you know that. Oh, you know. God. Oh, this. I have such a big heart, you guys, and I know it's to my detriment. But this sucks. You know, this really sucks because after a certain point of dealing with all of that, with the internet and harassment and everything, and you know, you're invited to an award show, of course you're going to probably feel like, we're not important here. Like we didn't, you know, this has been a show from the start. There's no point in showing up. And here they are winning an award that they didn't show up to because they didn't believe in themselves at that point. I'm curious to see what else happens. Oh my God.
Like I planned that whole thing.
By this point, you've got to feel just a little bit sorry for them.
Thank you, Ashy.
And then
Thank
what
you.
followed that was the final straw for
Hi,
me.
Fiend.
No particular incident, but a lack of incidents. Silence. Over 3 months of not a damn word from No Man's Sky.
3 months?
Where are they? Where is my refund? Where is Murray? Shouted into the void. The game was over. And it was dead.
3 months of quiet, though, could mean something changed. Oh, okay. Interesting.
The year is 2000 AD.
Okay.
Sean has just graduated from university and is headed into the big wide world. He rises up the ranks at a number of studios, eventually working as a technical lead for Black and technical director for Burnout 3. When Burnout's developer is bought by EA, he is in his late 20s. And he and 3 of his buddies decide to leave and start their own studio, Hello Games.
And I can't blame him for that because, you know, after you've gained this experience, if you're passionate enough, being able to pursue the things that you want to do and not through, you know, a big corporation is inspiring.
This was a risky venture.
It is risky. Oh my God.
We've done this incredibly foolish thing of like quitting our jobs, and then we had to sit down and try and decide what the game was going to be.
Okay, I will say, do not quit your jobs if you're going to do something like that. I know you need to set time aside for your dreams and passions, but do not ever quit your jobs if you can. Like, do not put your whole livelihood at risk for something that you are not going to like financially see any results for a long time. It is not a get rich quick kind of situation. So that is a huge risk. Now, if they had support and somebody that they could live with that was supporting them through their dreams, then that's a little bit different. Everybody's situation is different. But as a single mom, my perspective is I would never quit my day job to pursue content creation until content creation was making me enough money to where I can be like, wow, I don't have to do my day job anymore. I can do this full time and work for myself and produce more for you guys and be more present for you guys than I have been, because I work a full-time day job. You know, I got to prioritize my needs and my family's needs, you know, taking care of my daughter over everything before, you know, dreams and passions and things like that. That doesn't mean I'm not doing the work. It's just that I can't do the work at the pace that I would love to do it at. So that's just my 2 cents anyway. Everybody's situation is different. Some people have the opportunity to live with family members where they don't have to work jobs and they can do these types of things. I don't have that privilege.
Together they create their first title, Joe Danger. They work on this game day and night. In fact, even once they were arrested in their own office because the police thought they were there to rob the place.
Whoa!
Because who would be working at 11 p.m. on a Sunday night?
Oh my God.
But they had to work that hard.
You have
like any
to.
startup.
Yeah.
It was a huge financial and professional risk. They had no income.
Yeah. Oof.
They were working in a tiny room above an old tile shop, living off savings. And to keep the project running, Sean even sold his house.
So we made a really tough and probably...
That's all I'm going to say to that. That's scary.
At the time seemed a really foolish decision. It's kind of almost embarrassing for me to talk about. I sold my house and just basically went all in and funded what we were doing, which is not something I would recommend anyone else.
Yeah, don't. Oh no, I can't believe he did that. Oh no. Oh. You know, okay, I'm gonna, you know, I'm just commenting as it moves along. I do know that situations are gonna unfold, but I'm just saying from my perspective right now, certain things that have happened from the first side of the story is starting to make a lot more sense now because of what he literally put his entire life on the line for this.
On 8th, 2010, they had done it. The game was good, and they could breathe a sigh of relief because on the very first day it hit the PlayStation Store, they made their money back.
Thank goodness.
2 years later,
Oh my
Joe
God.
Danger 2 was released.
Ugh.
It was not the commercial success they had hoped for, and they didn't want to just keep pumping out sequels.
Right.
That was a trap big players in the industry had fallen into. In his spare time, Sean started working on a prototype for a procedurally generated game. They took another gamble and scrambled to get a trailer out in time to present at VGX 2013. So the project is official now, and the pressure is on. Around this time, Sean is also looking to start a family. Concurrent to all this development, he would go on to have 3 kids. So the weight of responsibility is really piling on.
Oh my God.
But their hard work will pay off, as they're finally going to have a chance for some R&R around Christmas.
They woke up to find their homes flooded, their cars submerged, and their plans for Christmas Day very much ruined.
Bad news. Rain. Rain and flooding in the south of England, right around the Hello Games office. They are completely inundated, and they return from their holidays to find laptops floating around at waist height. But some good news. They hadn't lost any data. So they pull together. Soldier on. Development continues. So there they are, working in a damp office, and then ding dong. Ooh, who's at the door? It's Danish mathematician Dr. Johan Gerlis. He's seen the game, and he says, "They are using my super formula," in perfect English, and there is a potential for a lawsuit. Sean says they didn't, and he can prove it. So they have a meeting, and the claim is eventually dropped. Lawsuit evaded. So back to work, guys. Ding dong. It's Sky Television. They've seen the game.
You are infringing on our Sky trademark.
They said in perfect text-to-speech. They had succeeded in...
Oh my God. Oh my God. This is another thing you have to worry about as a creator is you have to be very careful with what you use because people, they're going to see an opportunity and they're going to freaking do this stuff. Oh my God. That's why like, oh my God. Oh my God. I just, yeah, this is tough. This is tough because this is the side of creating a game that I don't know about, but like, you know, assets possibly used in the creation process. All of, you know, visual novels, all artwork, voice acting, audio, all of it can be original stuff. Can be. I emphasize on can be because, you know, sounds, you're going to use it from a library a lot of the time that already exists out there. Like there's multiple different types of audio libraries that you can have a subscription for. Your audio engineer may, you know, create their own sounds for specific situations. I tried to make about 95% of the game all just original assets. The other 5% is literally just the sound effects that were not original, but everything else was. So stuff like this is also another scary aspect of creating a game because bigger companies are going to be like, well, we have all this money to spend on lawsuits and trying to get like, they want their hands on this. They, you know, companies are going to want their hands on something if they think that they have a case.
They've seen the game.
You are infringing on our Sky trademark.
They said in perfect text-to-speech. They had succeeded in getting Microsoft to change SkyDrive to OneDrive, and they were about to give gamers No Man's 1 under threat of lawsuit. But this lawsuit didn't just go away. The threat loomed over them for the next 3 years.
Wow.
Right up until the month before release. So they get back to work and ding dong. It's Sony with some good news for once.
Oh,
we like
okay.
your game, kid. We want to feature it front and center and make you a big star. This could mean millions of dollars in additional revenue.
Wow, what an opportunity.
Yeah. But along with it, a lot of press for this game would need to be done. Being a small team, they didn't have anyone for PR. They had their designers, they had their developers, and that was about it. So it's up to Murray. Sean's in his early 30s now. Not super young, but relatively young and inexperienced.
Yeah, we're in our 30s. That's when a lot of us, you know, some of us have our crap together. Some of us don't. I may have to reset my entire life. I don't know, but I'd like to think that I've gotten a lot of things under wraps and kind of know where I want to be, you know, and that's kind of where he's at. So that makes sense. So this is just This is very interesting to me. Very interesting to me to see this perspective and you know, the whole like I had Ashley mentioning the family angle perspective means a lot more now. Yeah, there's a lot here to unpack.
Sean's in his early 30s now. Not super young, but relatively young, and inexperienced for this type of media circuit. This deal with Sony put extra pressure on them. It set deadlines. It's not that it's Sony's fault,
right?
But they're locked in now with much less flexibility.
Ugh,
so when May rolls around, and they have no option but to delay, even if they wanted to ask for an extra 6 to 12 months of development, which they really need, it's probably too much to ask for. So they extend from late June to August. Only 6 weeks. From here, you can predict what's going to happen to multiplayer and a bunch of other promised features. So here's how the hype happened.
I'm curious.
Scope of game. Time. And here's the line which shows the reality of development.
Yep.
Progress is steady and ends in August 2016. Now here is the line of player expectations.
Oh no.
It should start out here and follow along the purple. But the overhyping trailer comes out and puts us way up here.
Oh no.
In this trailer, it features a bunch of things that Hello Games thinks they're capable of having in the game by 2016.
That's it. There it is. There it is. They overpromised with the expectation that they could do it. That's why there was nervous laughter involved, squinting in the face, other symbols of some hesitation, because they thought they could do it, but they didn't have confirmation that they could do it. So they just said, we're going to do this thing, and they didn't do it.
That's the first big mistake.
Yep, it is.
It's announced for PlayStation, and it costs $60, and there's a collector's edition. Second, even bigger mistake.
No.
That puts us all the way up here. And I think this is the main problem, because price tags set expectations.
They do.
For a $60 game, this was seriously barren and disappointing.
Yeah.
Now, if they had put it out for $20 as an indie game or an alpha, no problem.
Yep, that would have been different.
They gave it the AAA treatment.
They did.
People rightfully aligned their expectations with other games in that category. That is the main reason customers' expectations were so skewed.
No.
Then Murray went to interviews, exacerbating the problem. Every time he mentioned a feature in the game, even in passing, fans set their expectations to AAA heights.
Interviews are supposed to build awareness, confidence in the game, and it does increase expectations of it because you are hyping it up essentially. But it, like I said, you know, kind of like don't hype it up that much and then over deliver, because then you're going to have a fan base that appreciates you and is like, wow, they're here for us, because that's, you know, this is, oh no.
For that feature. Now, some people think the interviews are the main problem. In my humble opinion, not so much. Most people never saw these interviews. It's not that rickety 12-foot ladder Sean's standing on that's the main problem. It's the 900-foot building he's perched it on in the first place. So the obvious solution here would be an official statement. Hey guys, look, don't expect a 10 out of 10. Expect more of a 5 out of 10. No, the publisher just sank an enormous investment of marketing and opportunity into the game.
What's wrong with you?
And that would be a huge middle finger to them.
Yeah.
The publisher isn't going to make you hype the shit out of your game, but you can't talk it down either.
You can't.
So it's kind of stuck up there.
So once you do it, you can't go back from it. That makes, oh no. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is, oh no. See, this is different to me. I know what it is. I couldn't figure out what it was. I was like, why am I like speaking a lot more about my perspective on this than I was with Bethesda? Because of who made this game. It's a smaller group of people that made this game. And then you had Bethesda with the last video. And I'm like, I don't really have a whole lot to say about anything from a corporate standpoint. I don't know how any of that works. I only know from an indie standpoint how things work. Kind of. So, but one thing that is pretty self-explanatory is you never, like, if you're going to under promise and over deliver, you start that process right away. Like you'd be like, oh, you know, you're gonna have this, this, and this, and it's all true. But then you give them more later, like as soon as it releases, and they're like, oh my God, there's all this stuff. And then you can market after the fact once people have had an opportunity to play it. Well, yeah, we have these things that we implemented into the game at launch. And so like, that's kind of like but once you promise all this stuff and then you said, oh, sorry, my bad. Oh, sorry, my bad. Some people are like, well, you know, you can beg for forgiveness afterwards. No, not when no, you know. This feels more empathetic compared to what Bethesda did. Yeah, it's different. It's different because you know, I guess to me, it's like, I feel that Bethesda should know better, and they have like a backing and a financial backing and teams. It just didn't make sense to me why what happened with Fall of 76 video happened. Whereas with this, it's like you're working with indies who literally, you had this guy sell his house to fund a game that thankfully was successful and they got their money back. And then they worked their way to No Man's Sky. But there's still the problem of, hey, you know, you're gonna do this for Sony, and you know, it's just different. It's a totally different experience. So I think that's why with this one, it's kind of striking into me a lot more, and I'm able to talk a lot more from my perspective.
Finger to them. The publisher isn't going to make you hype the shit out of your game, but you can't talk it down either.
Mm-hmm.
So he's kind of stuck up there. In some ways, during the interview, he tries to temper expectations, but it's limited.
Can you build a space station?
No.
But let's not gloss over the interviews. Sean is a technical guy. He's a developer. He's also the introverted type. And the big lights and the stuff on camera does not come naturally to him.
Is it super nerve-wracking to talk on stage at E3?
Yes. Yes, definitely. I personally find going on stage at E3 like the hardest thing I've ever done. That's something that I would have had in a nightmare before. You know what I mean? It's
literally the hardest thing you've ever done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still, he stepped up and took
he did
his
it.
game from
It is
2013 to 2016.
Yeah,
and
that
the
is
main
scary.
thing people wanted to hear about were the features.
Can you have more than...
So every planet, will there be wormholes?
Right.
At what point...
Do you get points or anything?
From these interviews, people took Sean to be a liar, a Peter Molyneux or a chess club member out to sell his game at whatever reputational cost. But I think the truth is more complicated than that.
I think it is too.
Sean and the team are indie developers working on a new IP. Their project and plans are constantly in flux.
Yes,
they have
there it
no
is.
idea how large chunks of the game are going to look, especially not a couple of years out from release. And crucially, Sean doesn't understand that something mentioned in 2013, even said in passing, is going to be seen as a promise in the year 2016.
Yep.
Even if by then you've decided to cut it from the game.
Correct.
For example, orbiting around the sun.
Today has turned it out because the planet has actually rotated on its axis.
This originally was in the game, but it caused the player too much confusion. It kept being reported as a bug in the beta, as people left the planet and then returned to find everything different. But nonetheless, into the lying compilation it goes. So while they're still essentially formulating the game, the media all want a piece of Sean and to report on features.
There it is. Comedy Fan says they were passionate about the project. They just realized too late that they couldn't meet the expectations they set. It's the passion that makes it empathetic. They wanted to do everything they said. They just failed to do so. Yep. You nailed it right on the head.
So while they're still essentially formulating the game, the media all want a piece of Sean and to report on features first. Conversely, Sean thinks the reporters might help him to temper down things by emphasizing that Hello Games is an indie studio. But that is not how journalism is done. This is how journalism is done.
Can you customize the look of your character?
Sort of.
Full customization confirmed in No Man's Sky. Periodic table to create atmospheric particles that would diffract light at just the right wavelength.
Who the fuck told you? The press kind of operates downstream from the community.
because things are click-driven as to what stories you get served and things like that. But a rumor would surface from Reddit straight to the front page.
There's all this hype, and the project has increased in scope dramatically and keeps increasing as the months go by until a point. They are close to the deadline and have to delay, and the reality of what they can achieve in the little time remaining is staring them in the face.
Sometimes you just know when you can't do
They're not gonna
something.
be putting out a finished game. They're worried. There's nothing more they can do. And the fear that they will disappoint the audience is growing on Sean and the team.
I worry about like disappointing people.
Upon release, all of these clips are seen as proof that Sean is a liar. And what doesn't help is
It
his
hurts
body
me
language.
too.
I mean, it's kind of the body language of someone who is lying. And this is why I mentioned he's an introvert.
Yeah, that's
Remember,
important.
he's a technical lead. Actually, a really good one. But not a salesman. Cut him just a little bit of slack. Because this is simply how he talks.
It is different when you're an introvert. It is very different. And that's something that I didn't realize, because you can normally tell the difference between somebody that's like, you know, like with this, I completely sympathize. I may have a very outgoing personality, but I do struggle at times, especially in front of an audience. I've been on stage before on multiple occasions, and it's nerve-wracking to go in front of people. Interviews can be nerve-wracking when it's, you know, one-on-one in person. A lot of stuff that I can do digitally is much easier, but the moment I'm there in person, I feel like I'm about to break out in shakes from anxiety. It does make you, you know, you could have like a tic that goes on where like you may have like your eye twitching, or like you're fidgeting with your hands, or there's different things that could be involved in that. And so I completely sympathize and didn't take that into consideration when I was first originally being like, they're saying these things. And so like that, it's, you know, like my heart goes out for this situation, because there's only so much that you can do. And he did show up, he did his best, but unfortunately what happened.
Actually, a really good one. But not a salesman. Cut him just a little bit of slack.
Yeah.
Because this is simply how he talks. Here are some innocuous questions, and he answers them honestly.
Yeah.
Lead producers on No Man's Sky?
Yeah, I guess I'm a developer on it. I suppose the creator or something like that. No, I really like making games. I don't necessarily love talking about it.
So this is where it becomes where you have to make a choice of, okay, is there somebody involved in the team that can represent and do these things instead of him? But I guess the problem with that could also be is he probably has so much knowledge to share, versus if somebody has to look at a script and be scripted through it, it's totally different. But he may not have been, he would have been the best spokesman in the sense of knowledge and sharing the things that he's passionate about, but maybe not in the sense of like the marketing aspect. And that's why, you know what I mean?
You did a good job, even though you know, you guys are very nice.
Mate, seriously.
Same body language. And Jesus Christ, they have him up on stage and in front of cameras,
That's
bright lights, and on
scary.
the goddamn Colbert Report. Try
That's
keeping your head on
scary.
that. Nonetheless, free of that context, the clips have him cemented in the community as a liar.
Ugh.
So the graph plays out right to release. And
He
that
probably
graph
was the best
is
choice.
Actually a track.
Yeah.
And that track is what the hype train runs on. So it comes barreling up the hill. Instead of neatly pulling into the station, it comes crashing right through the roof. The disaster unfolds. They are absolutely shit on. So there were Sean and Hello Games, surrounded by the rubble of their former reputation. Punished Sean was at his lowest point, hated by the majority of the gaming community. But they were still alive, and they had made tens of millions of dollars. They were left with two choices. Take the money, start a new project, and be a pariah, a cautionary tale of the industry and hated by the gaming community forever. Or
Fix it?
pick themselves up, get back to work, and with potentially no profit motive, finish the game.
Oh.
It allowed me to do something that I've always done in difficult times, whether it was crappy bosses that I've dealt with before or crappy situations at school growing up. I got my head down, I sat in front of a computer, and I made games, which is what I enjoy.
They picked number 2.
Wow. Okay. The plan.
Here's the plan. The team is assigned to fixing bugs in the most
That's so important because they could have walked away with that money, and instead they based on so far they're reinvesting it back into the game to make it better so that they can build themselves back up, kind of like a major comeback. And I think that's important to recognize, especially from a team of developers that want to do better because they don't want to disappoint the people.
obvious problems. Go. Sean tells the team to stop reading all the overwhelmingly negative feedback on the game.
You have
and
to.
And he reroutes all of it to his personal devices.
Oh, wow.
Emails, forum posts, Google News alerts, player feedback. It's all going directly to him now.
Wow, what an amazing leader. He is literally like, I'm going to take all of this. Do not focus on the noise. I will take the brunt of this. You keep working. Wow, wow, that's brownie points for me. That is selfless. But you know what? That's also like, if you think about it, not everybody can do this when they become a parent, but it's very like dad energy because, you know, he has a family, he has kids. And this is like him being a protector of his indie game family and being a leader. So I think that's something very important to recognize and say, wow, that's actually really good of him to do, because that's a lot. That's a lot. There's a lot of noises that can really ruin your life. And they say sticks and stones may break my bones, but words may never hurt me. That words do hurt, and they stay with you because you could have like 90% of the people saying the kindest things to you, but it takes just one person to ruin your day. If you let it. If you're unbothered, awesome. Personally, I wear my heart on my sleeve. I care too much. I do get, sad when I see certain things that are just super, super negative and super mean. But then I move on from it eventually, but it does make a difference when you see stuff like this. And consuming that, I can't even imagine what his mental health could have been like during all of this, taking the brunt of that.
Then he starts breaking that down into data sets. People who haven't bought the game, people who have bought it and played it for 100 hours,
wow.
People who have returned it, etc. Then he starts compiling those complaints into usable data, focusing on the people with the most sincere experience of the game.
Yeah.
Then we start making a big laundry list of all the things that need adding and prioritizing. First thing to fix
is that very
full
smart.
Inventory.
Yeah, this is very smart of them to do.
Community mod support. Then a third thing, etc., etc. This is going to take an enormous amount of work to pull off, and they're not going to make the same mistake twice. So they would need to sharply adjust their PR strategy. Anything they said right now, an admission of guilt,
I've made a severe,
would be met with criticism. Denial, it's not that bad, would be met with criticism. Corporate speak, well, we endeavored to make the best game we could and we are proud of what we have, would be met with criticism.
Yep.
Half of the problems have been caused by speaking too much. So they were going to do a complete 180. Instead of adding more fuel to the fire, instead of accidentally promising fixes that might also not be delivered, they wouldn't speak to the press again.
Female traits you're talking about, I'd say that's a generalization, but you...
They were going to speak to the community directly from now on. So they told the audience they were working on it and went completely silent.
For that 3 months?
1 day passed. No word. 2 days. A week.
Okay.
Have you heard from Hello Games? They just had this disastrous release. Nope, haven't seen them. I hope they're working on the game. 2 weeks. Dude, are you working on this thing? Just ignore them, just work. 3 weeks. Okay, what the fuck is going on?
WTF, it's locked.
A month. They took the fucking money and ran, didn't they? Don't say anything, it's not going to help. 2 months. 3 months. By now, most people were convinced that the game was abandoned. They had made their money. It's all over. Then, after over 100 days of absolute silence, a tweet. Foundation. The first big patch. It is me, Sean.
No,
go away, Sean.
It's like a major breakup.
It has been too long.
Please give me another
but
chance.
I bring you gifts. This accent sucks. It brought base building, new game modes, farming, camps, and freighters.
Wow.
As well as a lot of bug fixes. You will have to try harder than that, Sean, to win my love back. It still fell well shy of the promised game. Too little, too late. So Sean left, returned to his team, and got back to work.
Wow.
A few more months went by.
Okay.
And then another tweet. Pathfinder.
What do we have here?
What the fuck? Oh, it's you, Sean. I bring you online base sharing, own multiple starships, starship specialization, multi-tool specialization and classes, permadeath modes, vehicles you can drive around in, and create racetracks for them too with time trials. Look at this. Okay, that's pretty good, but I'm still mad, and there's still a ton promised that isn't in the game yet. So Sean went away once more. A few more months went by.
Wow, they kept doing more.
Oh, it's you, Sean. What is it now? I bring you an overhaul to the storyline. New worlds, crashed freighters, space combat, terrain editing, portals, procedural mission system, interstellar trading, and joint exploration. By now, people were really starting to warm to No Man's Sky again, and to Hello Games.
The game has in many ways exceeded what was promised.
It's a substantially better game now.
No Man's Sky is back, baby!
People saw this was an honest effort to fix the game.
Yeah.
And the number of employees working on it was growing. From a studio of 15 to 25. Sean Murray and Hello Games social media also started becoming more active and engaging with the audience.
Aww.
The subreddit was flourishing once more. The price of the game secondhand on Amazon, eBay, and GameStop was going up. Then a few more months went by. Next, a really big patch.
Whoa, that's huge.
Oh my god. Holy shit! I just got goosebumps.
To be super clear, No Man's Sky is not fuck that. Here's the full and proper multiplayer experience. Ringed planets, third-person mode, character customization, a galactic atlas on an external website for the community, vast overhauls to base building and crafting and resources, and it also brought the game to Xbox. In fact, with the release of Next in July 2018, No Man's Sky was the 6th top-selling console game for the month. It climbed its way back into Steam's top 10. It reached nearly 100,000 concurrent players. It brought another $24 million across all platforms. Their Steam rating went from mixed to very positive. People were getting back on board in a big way.
Oh my
But they
god.
weren't done yet. Better creatures, weird underwater shit, discoveries in bases and environments and equipment, and it keeps going. New biomes, more diversity, archaeology, more things to discover. By now, Sean and the gaming inspector, personification of the gaming community, had literally patched things up and were making out on the couch. Which was when he released his biggest patch to date of this video.
Oh my god, dude!
Free VR support. Not a whole other game you have to pay for, like
Oh,
some titles.
the VR came in
Overhauls to
last.
NPCs, tech trees, base building, streamlined multiplayer, ride animals around. All sorts of stuff that was never promised in the first place. And they're still adding more stuff.
Someone at Valve, who was a fan of the game, said to me, what you do now is more important than what you say. There's only one thing that's credible, and that's your actions.
Yes.
In fact, I was so slow to get this
Actions
video out
do
that they
speak
put out
louder
another
than
patch
words.
the other day. With ship salvaging, ship upgrading, more advanced terrain editing, first-person exocrafts, improved VR, improved base building and inventory management, and quality of life stuff. It goes on. Is it perfect? Technically, there are still things on this spreadsheet missing. But come on now, we're starting to nitpick.
Yeah.
Especially when you compare them to relationships with other games companies. They could have gone the route of Fallout 76. Paywall mods with Fallout first, charging a monthly fee, a downward spiral more and more into pay-to-win scraps released without QA testing. But instead, they never added pay-to-win. They never added microtransactions or paid DLC. They never made VR as a second game. They didn't give up on the game or scale their resources back to do it. They didn't come out and call all gamers entitled. They didn't add loot boxes. They didn't start work on the next big project or sequel. They didn't do much of anything except get back to work.
That's amazing.
And just like that, the game once panned by critics now had awards rolling in.
Your developed star 2019, No Man's Sky, Sean Murray.
No Man's Sky next.
No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky's next.
Wow.
No Man's Sky.
And to cap it all off, the subreddit No Man's Sky the game even got together and pooled money for a GoFundMe to have a billboard installed near the Hello Games offices.
That's so nice. Oh,
It must have been a harrowing moment for Sean and the team.
I can't even
They
imagine
took
being
a
in his
huge
shoes.
risk to
Their
start
shoes.
A small studio. They clawed their way up.
They
to create
did.
one of the most notable games.
Oh my
of
god,
the
I'm getting
console
teary-eyed
generation.
over this. Oh,
Disappointed pretty much everyone with
this
the
is
release,
powerful.
and took one of the biggest online beatings in video game history.
Oh my
for it.
god.
As a family, post-release,
I'm so proud of
we
them.
faced
And I've never even played the
some
game.
really difficult challenges. Everything that you can imagine from like the worst of the internet, we hit.
But then over
That's
the course of the
awesome.
next 3 years,
Wow.
completely turned it around and came out
Yes.
the other side.
This is
with a
so
win.
good.
It's the underdog story. And after doing all of this research,
Oh, this is so
I couldn't
good.
help but come to the conclusion that they were the good guys. So what is the future for Hello Games? In 2017, they announced Hello Labs, a support program focused on original titles and games using procedural generation. Two of the team also branched off to work on a small title called The Last Campfire. But for the foreseeable future, they're just working on No Man's Sky.
Wow. They'll effing announce a new game the moment this goes live. I know it. That's what the
All right, I didn't
that's
want to
what the
finish
word
the
said.
video on like a big sappy note. So, this is the end of the story.
Okay.
But there's still another few minutes. Don't leave. It's not an ad.
Okay.
In 2015, when the hype was at its peak, someone wrote a Sean Murray erotic fan fiction.
What?
And, naturally, I assumed that you lot would want to see it.
What?
So, here it is. My evening interview.
Gosh darn it! I wanted to remain sappy. You could have edited it right. You could have edited it just right there, and I would have continued crying. But here we go. This is such a whiplash. Oh my god! Hold on, give me a second. I am teary-eyed because oh my god. There's a lot of stuff that it taps into on a side that I can't really explain properly. But you know, I feel like I've hit a rock bottom in my life last year. At the beginning of it anyway. And so like, I know what it feels like to climb your way up from rock bottom. And this year, everything started happening. And it's like, to be in a position where you're like, you could, you know, all odds are against you. And you're dealing with that amount of backlash and everything, and you still pick back up and you succeed. I have to feel that for a second before they get into the goofiness of what this is. I'm good. It's just that, you know, to me anyway, I know this is 6 years old. It just, you know, it's a happy ending to me that is so well deserved because you can tell that they care. And so they got back to work and they care. And that's so important to me. And so I have to feel that for a second. So, yeah. So good. Anyway, on to the weird erotica. My evening interview at Hello Games. This is wild.
My evening interview at Hello Games.
Uh-oh.
I arrived at the Hello Games office in the early evening as the sun was approaching the horizon. Taking a deep breath, I nervously pressed the doorbell. The door opened, and Sean poked his expressive face out to greet me. "Hey you," he exclaimed in his adorable British Australian accent. "I'm so happy you could make it and spend the evening with us."
Oh my god.
"I was so happy when I heard you agreed to let me come in for an interview," I said. "Oh yeah, the interview. I forgot," he replied with his usual brilliant humor. I laughed. "You're so funny, Sean." Let me show you my office. I have a surprise for you, Sean said.
Uh-oh. What's
He
the
led me
surprise?
to the room where we sat down on a soft vinyl couch. So let me show you the surprise, he said, softly.
Uh-oh.
It's the newest build of the game. We just added some new features.
Oh, very
he
nice.
booted up the game on a PS4 in his office. I stared at his face. I like your beard. It's sexy, I pretended to say to him in my head to myself. I had a secret crush on him. There was something about his humble demeanor and feeble yet handsome bone structure that was so alluring. So here's the game, he said eagerly. It opened on an alien world just calling out to be explored.
Oh my
I began
God.
to sweat.
Ugh.
Here it finally was, in front of me in all of its glory. And it was being played by Sean in front of me in all of his glory.
Oh my God.
I nervously spoke. Could I try playing? I said. Oh, I suppose, of course, he said, chuckling. But another few minutes passed without him handing me the controls. Sean, I said more confidently. I put my hands on his hands as he gripped the controller. He looked me straight in the eyes.
No.
I stared deep into his beautiful, glistening eyes, utterly transfixed.
Oh my God.
Sure, he said. He let go of the PlayStation controller, still sweaty from his firm grip. But I have another surprise to show you.
Uh-oh.
He stood up. My...
Redacted.
He muttered. Yes, please, I said, blushing as red as the treetops of Aurea 5. He grabbed my shoulders, guiding me confidently towards the coffee table, like he confidently guides the Hello Games team towards the game's release.
Oh,
the one true Sean Murray,
my
not
God.
that baby-faced loser asshole poser from NCIS.
Oh
Made
my
sweet,
God.
sweet love to me. I wasn't sure what I was more excited about. Finally,
Redacted.
Sean Murray, all finally playing No Man's Sky.
This
After
is
exploring
wild.
the planet's surface, I entered my spaceship and took off.
Oh
Just
my
as
God.
I left the atmosphere and burst into the breathtaking expanse of space.
Redacted.
Yo!
It was an out-of-world experience.
Oh my God. I'm not reading that out loud. Oh God, it got more graphic and a bit boring. Oh, you know. So we jumped ahead a bit. Okay.
Oculus Rift support, he uttered sensually. As I turned, I saw Sean's avatar standing before me in a beautiful, procedurally generated spacesuit. Like what you see, he said. It's time, everybody, he shouted. I heard footsteps slowly enter from the cramped office. I soon saw many spacesuits appear before me in-game.
Okay.
But as they took off their helmets, I realized that they were all the same Sean Murray avatar. I was about to be
Redacted.
by a group of Sean Murrays, but they all had one difference. The peak.
Redacted.
Redacted. was different. There were wide ones, thin ones, long ones, curved ones. It was magical.
Oh my!
As the Hello Games team began to
Redacted.
From somewhere in the room, I heard Sean whisper, "Every
Redacted.
procedural."
Oh my God!
Also, I did a thing on the second channel. Please do check it out. I thought it was quite good. I love the videos of the second channel. There's some erotic fanfiction over there. Why not check it out? And that's it. Sorry it took so long.
Okay,
Are you kidding me? Are
Sponsored
you?
by that game.
That is the ending that we all needed after that emotional roller coaster ride. You know, that what did this turn into? You know, what an amazing story this is. Now, 6 years have gone by since this video. Feel free to comment some things for me to investigate if you think that there's different things I should check out as a result of how it's doing now. But based on this video, it sounds like a happy ending. Anyway, I just realized that he literally gave it a happy ending. Chat! He gave it a Oh my God, I get it! It took me a second. I'm like, wait a second. He gave that an actual happy ending. Oh my God. That's what it was. It was a happy ending. Don't give me that look. Don't give me that sussy look. Anyway, great video. It really tapped into a side of me that I felt was needed to be shared, and I appreciate that. And I look forward to more videos in the future.